Hello. Okay, so Mike from Drunk Bonsai here. This isn't the tree I'm going to work on today, but I thought I'd share this. This is one of the cuttings from my first video. It has rooted. It's now in a 4-inch pot. That's going to start fattening up. And I don't know, I'll sort of repeat the process with this. But today what I'm going to work on is a little Portulacaria. This is a tree that I won at a raffle at a monthly meeting at Orange County Bonsai Society. And I transplanted it into a pot that I made myself in my ceramics class. And it needs a little bit of a haircut. A little bit of pruning is probably all it needs right now. Things are kind of going well in the garden. Cheers. I think this is the front, although right now it's not situated that way. But it's starting to develop some nice tight foliage. Some strong pads. It's got a few things growing in directions I don't really want them growing. So it needs a little bit of pruning. It's also got a couple of things that have gotten long without enough ramification. So same diagnosis, needs a little pruning. And that's about it. It's planted in this ceramic pot that I made, maybe a year ago. The tree structure's come along nicely. I like the roots from the back, but the foliage growth that I've inherited really kind of dictates that the front be either something like this or something like this. If the front is how it looks right now, I've got a problem with this branch. It kind of blocks the view of the trunk, and I don't care for that much. It also kind of makes the front look like it doesn't have that much movement, whereas if I were to adjust it slightly like this, suddenly the trunk has a little bit more movement. It's subtle, but it's movement, and it is a Portulacaria, so these aren't exactly known for having dramatic bends. They're more of a clip and grow development type tree. It's been growing unchecked for the entire summer season. I'm developing a nice sort of flat pad there, which I like. That's being interfered with a little bit by this branch, so I'll go ahead and remove that and get rid of this downward facing foliage. Let's see. I may cut this back farther later, either later today or some other time, but this might grow out and look good. I'm not sure if I want this here at all. I think I don't. That's growing straight down. Get rid of that. That's growing straight down. We get rid of that. This has grown out too far without any ramifications, so we'll get rid of that. That's maybe a cutting. It's coming right at me from the front, so I'll go ahead and clip that. If this bud here ends up developing a side branch, I can have another pad right here. That's kind of growing straight up. So if a bud comes out here, that'll be okay. If not, I'll just wait for something to appear, you know, the way this did. This has grown up like an alternate apex, but I don't really need an alternate apex, so it can go. I've not had good experience wiring these, but you can pull them down a little bit. Just pull that down ever so gently. And if I want to pull it down more, then I'll just bend the wire a little bit more. So if this is the front, I don't really like how that's coming out at me at all. And then I think I'll shorten the top a little bit, making this little guy here the new apex. Taking this off here is going to encourage these. I've got plenty growing in the back with this big branch here. And the more I look at it, the more I do want to pull this down. So I'm gonna change what I did here. Of course, the other thing I could do is just directional pruning. It's hard to decide sometimes, isn't it? I think I'm just going to go with more directional pruning, which means this is growing to the upside and it's going to go. This is moving into the territory of this branch, so it's going to go. And just to encourage a little bit more ramification, I'll prune off the edge there as well. Okay. We're going to let the collateral damage just sit here for a little bit, let it callus over, and then I'll decide what I do or don't want to try and use as cuttings. But it's coming along. Thanks for watching. Stay cool.